name is Michael, and today we're going to be taking a look at liquidation.com. Liquidation.com is a site that helps businesses and people sell off their inventory, salvaged items, overstock, and the like. One thing you keep in mind with liquidation.com is that it's really easy to lose your money if you're not paying attention. It can be a dangerous site to use, and you should view it more as gambling than anything else, because you just never know what you're going to be getting. For example, we're going to look at computers and networking. We're going to leave the search empty, and it's going to pull up everything that's in computers and networking. Now we've got the list of items here. We got refurbished, returns, used. For returns and salvage items, you want to be very careful about. Like for returns, we're just going to look at this one here, and you never know why people return items. It could be a broke item, they could have wanted their money back, it could be in mint condition, but you just never know what's wrong with the inventory. A lot of times they will go ahead and they will manifest what they've got going on here. This Synology disk station, its retail price is $2.99. Some people will put this retail price in here to show you what you'll be saving if you buy a salvaged, return, used, refurbished items. A lot of times they'll do it just so it looks good, like its MSRP is more than $2,000. You're not going to get more than $2,000 off of a lot like this if you try to sell it on like eBay. But you do need to keep in mind the repeat buyer and the dispute rate. The lower the dispute rate, the better. Anything more than 2% you should kind of worry about. But with the buy repeat rate being so high, it means people will keep coming back to buy from this particular seller, so he might be safe to buy from. But for the MSRP, unless you're buying to save money on stuff for your house or for your business, it's really kind of pointless to pay attention to the suggested retail price, because you're not going to get that ever if you try to sell this lot. The manifest, like we kind of looked at the manifest already, usually they'll have like the whole thing described, but as time goes on, sometimes they get lazy. See if we can find one. Oh, this guy actually listed everything. Sometimes they'll put like just parts and then a dollar amount, like you're supposed to know what that means. Some sellers won't have anything in their manifest at all. It'll just say like random parts, the quantity, and then how much money that the suggested retail price is for it. But it gives no information as to the details of what you're buying. Those you might want to stay away from, even if the pictures are crystal clean and look good. You just never know. Another thing to keep in mind when you're buying a lot is to keep an eye on the buyer's premium. Now, the buyer's premium is added to the end of the auction. Like this here, minimum, if one more bid happens, the minimum will be at $300. If that wins, then the actual total amount would be closer to $324. That's not including the shipping. Now, the shipping of 270 pounds is probably going to be about $100 or more. So the actual total lot is going to be probably closer to $450. Normally liquidation.com uses UPS for shipping. You can arrange your own shipping methods if you find something that's cheaper, or if you want to get a better deal. A lot of times people just go ahead and pay the shipping costs from liquidation just so they can be done with it. At the very minimum you'll pay for shipping from any liquidation.com auction is probably going to be about $40.25. Doesn't matter if it only weighs 3 pounds. That is the base amount that you'll pay. So they actually make a little bit more money on the shipping of items than what other sellers do. Another thing to be mindful of is that if there is a dispute, it's really difficult to win your case against liquidation.com. They are geared towards their sellers. If you read the user agreement, there's a lot of things that cover sellers and essentially screws the little guy. So if you do have to have a dispute managed, it is always better to go through the Better Business Bureau. And even though the Better Business Bureau does rate them as an A+, they still have an insane amount of they still do have a lot of complaints in the last 3 years. And this isn't covering all of them. This is just covering the ones that went straight to the Better Business Bureau. Um, I've known people that tried lodging complaints against liquidation directly without the Better Business Bureau and lost. So these total complaints is only what is registered through the Better Business Bureau and not by other customers. So buyer beware. It can be a good site as long as you're paying attention. Otherwise, you can wind up losing a lot of money. There might be better ones out there, but I've always had good luck with liquidation.com only because I am mindful of what I'm buying, and I've been burned a few times, so I have learned my lesson. Like, for instance, quality RAM, even though the RAM was quality for 1980, I wasn't able to resell it a few years ago because it was like, what, 2007 I think is when I bought it. So nobody uses EDL RAM anymore, and even though the RAM worked and is quality, I lost my dispute against them because it wasn't, in fact, usable RAM. So you got to be really careful about what you're bidding on. Always pay attention to your the description of what is in it. If it looks too good to be true, good chance that it is. So if you're looking to buy stuff from liquidation.com, I would suggest sticking to new, used, refurbished, and shelf pulls. Shelf pulls are items that a local store couldn't sell and is just unloading. And sometimes it's good stuff, sometimes it's stuff from like 1990. It just depends on the business. So, well, that's liquidation.com in a nutshell, and we'll see you next time.